Oh, let's go, y'all. This is the one nobody thought they'd live to see. For more than 5 decades, fans have whispered, speculated, and fought over one burning question. Would Chrissy Lampkin ever reveal the face of her child? For 53 long years. It's been the biggest mystery in hip-hop and reality TV culture. A riddle wrapped in rumor, wrapped in silence. Some said the baby never existed. Others swore the child had been hidden away, protected from fame, protected from scandal. But now, Chrissy Lampkin has done the unthinkable. She just unveiled her baby's face, and the internet can't stop crying, screaming, fighting over what it all means. This isn't just a reveal. This is the moment of a lifetime. The floodgates of secrets are finally open, and it's sparking chaos in ways that not even Chrissy herself could have predicted. Insiders say Jim Jones is losing it. Love and hip-hop producers are scrambling. And fans are flooding comment sections with tears and disbelief. And here's the wildest part. This baby reveal isn't just about a face. It's about everything that's been hidden behind closed doors for decades. Betrayal, heartbreak, sacrifices. And the shocking truth of why Chrissy waited more than half a century to show the world her child. Stay right here, because we're about to dive into the backstory, the drama, the lies, and the bombshell twists that make this the most shocking celebrity reveal of the decade. For decades, Chrissy Lampkin has been a name synonymous with loyalty, love, and drama. In hip-hop culture, from her unforgettable appearances on Love and Hip Hop to her high-profile roller coaster relationship with Jim Jones, Chrissy has always been the woman who commanded attention without even trying. But behind the bold persona, behind the fights, tears, and endless debates over her love life, there has always been one unanswered question that haunted fans. The whispers about her child. See, Chrissy's journey was never just about being Jim Jones' ride or die. Long before VH1 cameras started rolling, there were rumors. Old school fans from Harlem circles claimed Chrissy had a child tucked away, a baby whose identity had never been revealed. Some swore they saw her carrying a newborn in the late 70s. Others alleged she kept the child away from the spotlight, deliberately protecting them from the dangerous high-stakes world of hip-hop street politics. But no receipts ever surfaced. No photos, no interviews, nothing. For half a century, it was all speculation, dismissed by many as a myth. And then came Love and Hip Hop, while the cameras documented her explosive fights with Jim Jones, her endless pleas for marriage, and the raw chaos of reality TV life. Fans noticed something odd. Chrissy never engaged with conversations about motherhood. While other cast members flaunted pregnancies, baby showers, and family storylines, Chrissy stayed silent. That silence was deafening. It only fed the mystery. Further, why was Chrissy avoiding the topic? Was she hiding something? Or had the rumors all been lies? To make matters even more intense, Chrissy and Jim Jones' relationship became its own saga. On screen and off, they gave fans drama for years. From proposals that never ended in weddings to public spats and reconciliations, theirs was a love story written in fire. But through it all, the baby rumors never died. Fans speculated online. Maybe the reason Chrissy wanted marriage so badly was connected to the child she was hiding. Maybe the marriage would finally legitimize something she'd been protecting for years. Behind the scenes, insiders whispered that producers begged Chrissy to open up about her motherhood journey on Love and Hip Hop. They wanted the ratings gold that would come with such a reveal. But Chrissy allegedly refused, saying, "Some things are mine and I'm keeping them mine." That line became legend among fans, a shield, but also a tease. And here's where the timeline gets even messier. For decades, fans combed through blurry photos, grainy club shots, and paparazzi flicks, trying to piece together proof. Reddit threads went deep, claiming to spot Chrissy with a toddler in the 80s, or walking with a young teen in the 90s. None of it was ever confirmed. And Chrissy herself, she stayed locked tight, never once acknowledging the speculation. Her refusal only made the obsession worse. Jim Jones didn't help matters either. Whenever interviewers asked him about kids, he always deflected. He talked about his own upbringing, his hustle, his music. But when it came to Chrissy, he never gave a clear answer. Fans couldn't tell if he was protecting her secret or if he was just as confused as the rest of the world as the years turned. Into decades, the rumor became folklore. Chrissy's alleged child became almost mythical, a story people told the way you talk about urban legends. Did you hear about Chrissy's secret baby? Became a conversation starter in barbershops, salons, and fan forums. And the longer she stayed silent, the bigger the anticipation grew. By the time Chrissy turned 50, fans assumed the reveal would never come. If she had a baby, we'd know by now, skeptics argued. But die-hard supporters insisted she's waiting for the right time. And that phrase, the right time, became a haunting refrain for more than 5 decades. Then, out of nowhere, the countdown began. A few months ago, Chrissy started posting cryptic messages on Instagram. Captions like, "Patience is a virtue and some truths age like fine wine," left fans spiraling. Was she hinting at her child? Was the wait finally over? Jim Jones even fueled the fire when he reposted one of her cryptic captions with a side-eye emoji. The internet exploded. Everyone knew something big was coming. And now, after 53 years of anticipation, rumor, and obsession, Chrissy Lampkin has finally pulled the curtain back. She unveiled her baby's face. Not a blurry paparazzi shot, not a rumor, not a whisper. A direct reveal. A photo so clear, so undeniable, it silenced every skeptic and sent shockwaves through the hip-hop world. But here's the part that makes this story bigger than anyone imagined. The reveal wasn't just about showing her child's face. It was about unveiling the truth behind why she kept the secret for so long. A truth insiders say involves betrayal, heartbreak, and a shocking twist that flips the entire narrative upside down. The reveal wasn't closure, it was the opening of Pandora's box. And what came next? Nobody was ready for it. The reveal didn't happen quietly. Chrissy Lampkin wasn't about to just slip a photo into her Instagram stories and move on. No, this was bigger than that. 53 years of silence deserved. A spectacle. And that's exactly what she gave us. It started with a live stream. At first, nobody believed it was real. Chrissy went live on Instagram late at night, rocking a silk robe, her hair down. Looking calm, but with an intensity in her eyes that said she knew exactly what she was about to do. Over 200,000 people tuned in within the first 3 minutes, and the number skyrocketed as word spread. Blogs, Twitter pages, and even gossip accounts began blasting. Chrissy lived right now. This is it. She sat in her living room, the glow of soft lighting around her, a photo frame face down on the table. For a few minutes, she didn't say a word, just sat there, letting the tension build. Then, with a deep breath, she said, "For years, y'all have made up stories about me, about my family, about what I've hidden, but tonight I decide what the truth looks like. Tonight, I show you what I've kept sacred." The chat exploded. Emojis, crying faces, fire symbols. Everyone knew what was coming. And then slowly, Chrissy lifted the frame, turned it around, and revealed the photo. It wasn't grainy, it wasn't blurred, wasn't a tease. It was clear, high definition, undeniable. Her baby's face, now grown, now fully recognizable, looking directly into the camera with features that fans instantly dissected. The resemblance was shocking. Some swore the child looked just like Jim Jones. Others said the jawline screamed Chrissy. Within seconds, screenshots were everywhere. Twitter timelines filled up with the same image, the face of a child fans had waited half a century to see. The reactions were instant chaos. Some fans cried, flooding comments with, "I waited my whole life for this and 53 years, and she finally showed us." Others were skeptical, demanding DNA proof, asking if the photo was doctored. But most were just stunned silent. For once, The rumors weren't just speculation. There was a face. It's a human being, a living answer to 5 decades of questions. But then came the twist nobody expected. As the live stream continued, Chrissy dropped a bomb. This ain't about hiding. This ain't about shame. This is about betrayal. 'Cause the reason I never showed my baby is because the father didn't want the world to know. It's the comment. Section went nuclear, the father. Everyone thought she was about to confirm Jim Jones as the dad. But Chrissy's pause was deliberate. She leaned closer to the camera and added, "And it wasn't Jimmy." The internet exploded. Thousands of comments flooded the chat. Wait, what? Not Jim? Who then? For decades, fans assumed Jim Jones was the father. Their long, complicated relationship seemed to explain everything. But Chrissy just shattered that narrative with one chilling sentence. The father was someone else, someone she refused to name, at least not yet. Blogs went insane. The Shade Room, Gossip of the City, Hollywood Unlocked, every account blasted headlines. Within minutes, Chrissy Lampkin says Jim Jones is not the father of her child. Memes exploded, TikToks hit millions of views in hours, and speculation ran wild. Who was the father? A Harlem O, a celebrity from the 70s, an industry insider. And the drama didn't stop there. As Chrissy's live stream ended abruptly, she turned off the camera right after dropping that bombshell. Rumors flew that Jim Jones himself had reacted violently. Insiders claimed he stormed out of the room when Chrissy went live, screaming at her for dragging the family into chaos. One alleged text leaked on Twitter showed Jim messaging a friend. "She's bugging. She's trying to embarrass me. Told her not to do this." Fans split instantly. Some sided with Chrissy, saying she had every right to tell her truth after protecting her child for 53 years. Others defended Jim, arguing that Chrissy's reveal was a betrayal of its own, embarrassing him on a global stage, blindsiding him after decades of loyalty. But the real twist came when eagle-eyed fans zoomed in on the photo Chrissy revealed. They noticed something shocking. The baby wasn't just Chrissy's look-alike. They bore a striking resemblance to another hip-hop legend from the 70s. Screenshots comparing the child's face to old photos of Nas's father, Aludara, and even rappers from Chrissy's era began circulating. The resemblance was uncanny. Threads titled "Chrissy's Baby Daddy Mystery. Is he a hip-hop legend?" racked up thousands of retweets. And just when it seemed like the internet couldn't handle anymore, a leak hit Twitter. An anonymous account posted what it claimed was an old court document, suggesting Chrissy had once filed for child support against a man who was not Jim Jones. The name was blacked out, but the date lined up perfectly with the timeline of her rumored pregnancy. Was it real? Was it fake? Nobody knew. But the chaos was unstoppable. The first twist wasn't just that Chrissy unveiled her baby's face. The real twist was the father's identity and the fact that it wasn't Jim Jones. For fans, this revelation turned everything upside down. For Jim, it was humiliation. And for Chrissy, it was power. The power to finally control her narrative, even if it meant burning bridges by the end of the night. One thing was clear. The reveal had created more questions than answers. And the biggest one of all was still hanging in the air. If not Jim, then who? If the internet thought Chrissy Lampkin unveiling her baby's face was the climax, they were dead wrong. That was only the spark. What followed in the next 24 hours was an explosion of leaks, theories, and jaw-dropping revelations that turned one reveal into a full-blown cultural earthquake. The first aftershock came from fans themselves. Twitter and Reddit lit up with side-by-side comparison threads. People zoomed in on Chrissy's baby's facial features, comparing them to old-school photos of Harlem legends, hip-hop pioneers, and even notorious street figures from the late 70s and early 80s. Some said the resemblance to Jim Jones was undeniable. Others pointed to similarities with other men in Harlem's tight-knit music and hustling circles. One viral thread declared, This child looks nothing like Jimmy. Stop lying to yourselves. Chrissy been holding back the truth. TikTok creators wasted no time. Within hours, edits of Chrissy's live stream went viral with captions like, "The father is not Jim. But who is it?" Dramatic music swelled over slow motion. Shots of Chrissy lifting the frame, followed by screenshots of Harlem icons with arrows pointing at supposed matching features. These videos racked up millions of views in just hours. Then came the first receipt. An anonymous Instagram account posted what it claimed was an old court filing from the late 80s, alleging Chrissy had sought financial support from a man who wasn't Jim Jones. The name was redacted, but the date aligned with the timeline of her rumored pregnancy. Was it authentic? Nobody knew, but the internet didn't care. The timing was perfect, and it fanned the flames. Insiders whispered that Chrissy had been holding back because the real father wasn't just anyone. According to one gossip blogger with supposed connections to love and hip-hop producers, the man in question was deeply tied to Harlem's underground and music world. The rumor. He was someone with enough influence and enough controversy to make Chrissy bury the truth for decades. Jim Jones' reaction added gasoline to the fire. According to people close to him, he was furious. One leaked text thread, allegedly between Jim and a friend, read, "She's playing me. After everything, she goes live with that. She ain't loyal." Whether real or fake, it circulated instantly, making Jim look betrayed, blindsided, and humiliated. Meanwhile, Chrissy stayed silent after her livestream, posting nothing else. That silence drove fans insane. People spammed her comments begging for answers. Who's the dad? Drop the name Chrissy. Don't leave us hanging like this. And then came the bombshell reveal that made everything worse. A leaked photo surfaced on Twitter. The grainy, decades-old picture showed Chrissy in her 20s, holding a toddler, standing next to a man whose face was blurred. The caption claimed it was taken at a Harlem block party in 1981. The resemblance between the toddler and the child Chrissy revealed was uncanny. The photo looked legit, but nobody could prove its origin. Still, the internet ate it up. By this point, blogs and gossip outlets went into overdrive. The Shade Room posted a poll. Who do you think the father is? Jim Jones, Harlem OG hip-hop legend, or Mystery Man? Millions voted, and shockingly, Jim Jones only received 30% of the votes. Fans were convinced she had been hiding a bigger name all along. Even celebrities chimed in. Remy Ma posted a cryptic tweet. "Secrets always come out. Some just take longer than others." Cardi B went live, screaming into the camera, "Ain't no way she waited 53 years for this. Who, the father? Chrissy?" Meanwhile, 50 Cent couldn't resist trolling, posting an old photo of Jim Jones with the caption, "She said it ain't you, bro." But the most shocking part came from industry insiders. According to one journalist, Chrissy's decision to finally unveil her baby wasn't random, it was forced. Allegedly, someone close to her child had threatened to leak the identity first. By going live, Chrissy took control of the story before it could be weaponized against her. That claim rocked the fan base. Was Chrissy protecting her child from blackmail? Was she fighting back against someone trying to exploit the secret? True? Then this wasn't just a reveal, it was war. And just when the internet thought they couldn't handle any more, an alleged DNA document surfaced online. The document was blurred, the names partially censored. But it claimed to show paternity results tying Chrissy's child to a man with the initials NC. Immediately, fans jumped to conclusions. NC, that gotta be NASA's circle. Threads popped up with wild theories, connecting dots between Chrissy, Harlem, and Queensbridge. Was it real? Was it another fake leak? Nobody could say. It didn't matter. That chaos was out of control. The shocking reveal wasn't just that Chrissy's baby existed. It was that the father's identity was still shrouded in secrecy with every leak, adding more fuel to the fire. And the more questions fans asked, the more the story spiraled now. One thing was clear. The internet wasn't going to rest until Chrissy dropped the name. And every second she stayed silent only made the speculation louder, louder. The scandal wasn't just personal anymore, it was cultural, generational, and unstoppable. And everyone knew the next chapter wouldn't just be messy, it would be catastrophic. The internet had seen scandals before, but nothing, absolutely nothing compared to Chrissy Lampkin's baby reveal. Within hours, the world split into two camps, those who believed Chrissy was finally telling her truth, and those who swore she was holding back the biggest detail of all, the father's name. On social media, battle lines were drawn. One camp flooded Chrissy's comments with support. "Protect your child at all costs, mama. You don't owe us nothing." Another camp was relentless. "Nah, sis, you opened this box, we need the name. Who's the daddy?" Entire Reddit communities popped up overnight dedicated solely to decoding the father's identity. Threads compared jawlines, nose bridges, even old Harlem photos of Chrissy's past associates. TikTok became a breeding ground for theories. Creators stitched Chrissy's livestream with vintage footage of Harlem legends, circling faces, zooming in, and making side-by-side comparisons with a newly revealed child. Some swore the resemblance pointed to an old-school Harlem hustler. Others pushed the narrative that it had to be someone from the music world, maybe even a hip-hop pioneer who crossed paths with Chrissy in her younger years. Then came the celebrity pylon. Cardi B, who had already gone wild during the initial reveal, doubled down in a live rant. "Ain't no way she waited 53 years just to say it ain't Jimmy. Like, girl, who is it? You've got the world going crazy right now." Remy Ma's earlier cryptic tweets suddenly took on new weight. Fans accused her of knowing the truth. One viral comment read, "Remy, been in Harlem too long not to know. She's low-key hinting." Of course, 50 Cent couldn't resist. He trolled again with a photoshopped meme of Jim Jones holding a baby with the caption, "She said it ain't you, bro. Harlem streets need answers." His post had millions of likes and hours, but the most shocking reactions came from the industry insiders. Gossip blogs reported that multiple OGs from Harlem's past were suddenly nervous. Allegedly, one anonymous source said, "If she names him, it could rewrite history." The streets already buzzing. Old secrets don't stay buried forever. Whisper alone sent fans into frenzy. Did this mean the father was still alive? If so, why had he stayed silent all these years? Was he complicit in hiding the child? Or had Chrissy carried the burden alone to protect both him and her baby? Then came the alleged voice leak. An audio clip surfaced on Twitter, posted by an anonymous account. It was grainy, distorted, but the voices were unmistakably familiar to Harlem locals. In it, a woman, allegedly Chrissy, could be heard arguing with a man. "You wanted me to hide it. You didn't want nobody to know." The man's reply, "Oh, wasn't safe back then. You know that. Was it real? Nobody knew." But the clip racked up millions of views in hours, sparking headlines across every gossip site imaginable. If authentic, it confirmed everything Chrissy hinted at. She didn't keep the baby hidden by choice. But because someone else demanded it, the industry went into full speculation mode. Old associates of Jim Jones were asked on podcasts. Harlem vets were invited to interviews. Nobody gave a straight answer. Everyone danced around the topic. That silence only made it louder. Meanwhile, Love and Hip Hop producers smelled blood. Leaks suggested they were already plotting to center Chrissy in a new spin-off special, cashing in on the frenzy. Fans debated whether she'd use reality TV as the platform to finally drop the father's name. But the reactions weren't just messy. They were emotional. Some fans felt betrayed. They argued Chrissy owed them the full truth after decades of secrecy. Others defended her, saying she had no obligation to expose her child's father just because the internet demanded it. The divide turned into heated debates across every platform. One viral TikTok summarized the divide perfectly. Team Protect Chrissy versus Team We Deserve the Truth. Which side you on? Millions weighed in, fueling the algorithm and making Chrissy's reveal the single most talked about moment of the year. And then came the most chilling rumor yet. Insiders whispered that the alleged father might be preparing to speak out. According to one gossip journalist, a legend from Harlem was considering going public to clear the air. Whether out of guilt, pride, or fear of being exposed, nobody knew. But the thought of Chrissy's 53-year secret unraveling not by her own hands, but by the man she tried to shield, sent shockwaves through the fan base. By now, the reactions weren't just about Chrissy's child. They were about loyalty, betrayal, whether the truth had been weaponized for decades. The world had waited half a century for this reveal, and instead of answers, got more chaos than anyone could have imagined. And the one question burning hotter than ever: if Chrissy doesn't name him, will the father name himself? Just when fans thought the scandal couldn't get any more explosive, the streets of Harlem started buzzing with whispers that the truth was about to come out. Not from Chrissy, but from the man himself. An anonymous source close to Love and hip-hop production leaked that Chrissy's reveal had rattled someone powerful. Someone who had been hiding in plain sight all these years. According to the insider, the alleged father of Chrissy's baby had been spooked by the live stream and was now debating whether to finally step forward before Jasmine Crockett-style leaks forced his hand. The speculation reached fever pitch when a Harlem podcast, notorious for accidentally spilling tea, almost dropped the name live on air. One of the hosts blurted out, "Look, everybody from Uptown knows who," before his co-host cut him off, shouting, "Don't say it. We ain't catching lawsuits tonight." The clip went viral instantly. Fans flooded the comments. Who was he about to say? Run the raw audio. They know something. And then came the so-called receipts. An Instagram account claiming to belong to a relative of Chrissy's alleged baby daddy posted screenshots of old letters and photos. The letters hinted at a man torn between two families and protecting his name. The photos showed Chrissy with the same blurred-out man from the leaked block party picture, this time indoors at a family gathering. The resemblance between the child in Chrissy's reveal and the man's younger self was undeniable. Within hours, blogs plastered the photos everywhere. Gossip headlines screamed, "Receipts, alleged father of Chrissy Lampkin's child exposed." But before the internet could confirm, the account vanished, deleted, gone like it never existed. That only made things worse. Fans were convinced the man had shut it down himself, flexing power to erase his name before it spread too far. And if he had that kind of pull, then Chrissy's silence made even more sense. Meanwhile, Chrissy broke her silence with one cryptic Instagram post. A black and white photo of her younger self, hand on her stomach. No caption except, "Some truths don't belong to me alone." The comment section melted down. It's just said the father needs to speak. This means he's still alive. If you don't claim his child after 53 years, he's done. And Jim Jones' alleged reaction was catastrophic. Insiders claimed he confronted Chrissy after the post, furious that she'd reignited the firestorm. One leak even suggested Jim felt set up that Chrissy had deliberately humiliated him by letting the world think he was the father for years, only to rip the truth away at the height of her power. The cliffhanger hit like a thunderbolt. During an Instagram live Q&A, when a fan asked Chrissy point-blank, "Is the father going to come forward?" Chrissy smiled, shook her head slightly, and whispered, "He already knows he has to. And when he does, the world won't believe it." That single line flipped the scandal on its head. Who was this man so powerful, so unexpected, that his reveal would shock the entire world? Was he a Harlem legend, a hip-hop pioneer, a political figure, or someone who had been orbiting Chrissy and Jim this whole time, hiding in plain sight while the world speculated? Theories went nuclear. Some fans swore it had to be a music legend. Others believed it was a man from Harlem's underworld, the kind of figure who never wanted his name in the headlines. But the wildest theory came from a viral TikTok thread that the father wasn't just alive, he was preparing to show his own receipts in the coming days. The energy shifted instantly. This wasn't Chrissy's secret anymore. It was about to become his. And that's what terrified everyone. Because if he spoke, decades of carefully buried history would unravel overnight. And so the cliffhanger lingered like smoke in the air. Chrissy had played her card, unveiled her baby, dropped her hints, and set the internet on fire. Now the world was waiting for the man behind the mystery to finally show his face. One thing was certain. The dynasty of secrets Chrissy carried for 53 years was cracking wide open, and the man at the center of it all was running out of time to stay silent. The next move. It wasn't Chrissy's, it was his. And there it is. Fam, 53 years of whispers shattered in a single moment. And Chrissy Lampkin still left the entire world begging for more. We saw the baby's face. We heard her say Jim Jones wasn't the father. We watched insiders scramble, podcasts slip up, and anonymous accounts drop receipts before vanishing into thin air. And then boom, Chrissy herself looked straight at the camera and whispered, "He already knows he has to speak." So now the whole world is asking, what happens when he does? Does the alleged father step into the spotlight, risking decades of buried secrets to claim the child Chrissy protected all this time? Or does he stay silent, forcing Chrissy to pull the trigger herself and drop the name that would shake Harlem, hip-hop, and reality TV forever? And here's the question for you. Was Chrissy protecting him all these years, or protecting herself? Did she wait 53 years to reveal the truth out of loyalty? Or was she shielding the world from a scandal so big it could destroy more than one legacy? I want to know where you stand. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Do you think Chrissy will expose the father herself, or will he come forward first? Is this baby reveal an act of empowerment, or a setup for the ultimate betrayal? And the wildest theory of them all, if the alleged father really speaks, will the name shock us all? Smash that like button if you think Chrissy just pulled off the most legendary reality bombshell in history. Subscribe with the bell on, because trust me, when the next shoe drops and that name finally comes out, you'll want to be here the very second it happens. This isn't just love and hip-hop drama anymore. This is a 53-year secret colliding with fame, family, and survival. And we're standing at the edge of the cliff. The dynasty of silence has cracked. The truth is clawing its way out. And the man at the center of it all? He's running out of time. Stay tuned, because the reveal we just saw was only the beginning.